do better.
Okay.
What to do about mass unemployment? This is going to be a massive social challenge. And I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income. I don't think we're going to have a choice.
Universal basic income.
Universal basic income, I think it's going to be necessary.
So it means that unemployed people will be paid across the globe.
Yeah.
Because there is no job, machine, robot is taking over.
That's simply and I want to be clear that these are not things that I wish would happen. These are simply things that I think probably will happen. And if my assessment is correct and they probably will happen, then we need to say, what are we going to do about it? And I think some kind of a universal basic income is going to be necessary. Now, the output of goods and services will be extremely high. So with automation, there will come abundance. There will be almost everything will get very cheap.
Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having a great day. So today we want to talk about what we've been hearing a lot lately in the news about Elon Musk acquiring Twitter or attempting to acquire Twitter, and what that means and the reasons he would want to do that. But in today's video, I want to pose the question: would it just make more sense for someone like Elon Musk to acquire, to buy Bitcoin MYK? Should he buy that instead? And as you got to see from the opening of the video, Elon Musk is talking about one of the biggest social challenges coming to our frontier, and that is automation and what it's going to do to us, not just into our future as far as job displacement, but what it's going to do to us as a people, right? And what that means. And it's caused some to speculate that the implementation of something like universal basic income to solve the problem of this massive social challenge of automation, to solve the problem, the people we become, is our next step in human evolution, right? So that's the thought of an author by the name of Alexander Byam, who's written this article. That's Alexander Byam. And I'll just read the first paragraph from Alexander just to give you an idea of where he's coming from in this article. But he says, capitalism, since more than a decade, has driven robotics to evolve sharply. Indeed, automation is becoming more performant, cheaper, and scarily closer to be the perfect substitute of the human worker. This schema will lead to a world of full automation where robots overthrow humans from their own terrestrial kingdom. This scenario is not the Terminator movie sequels, but a future that awaits our society if any drastic policies are not implemented, right? So a robotic worker, we've shown many videos, we've seen many things that's coming in our near future about what robots can do in the workplace, right? Why so many jobs from the truck drivers are going to be automated away, whereas already several million jobs throughout the United States alone, and what will come to a statistic in less than 5 years of about 49% of the population being displaced out of work. These numbers are staggering, and this is certainly a serious issue. But the reason I think it would probably make more sense for someone like Elon Musk to look at something like Bitcoin MYK, that type platform, ahead of Twitter, is that the importance of Twitter and censorship is a very important case. But what if through a social media interface, you can solve both the automation issue and solve the censorship issue at the same time? As far as efficiency, would that make a greater deal of sense? I think so. And so let's talk about what that would look like. So taking a look at Bitcoin MYK, this is a very interesting social media site that has the ability or has the use of a cryptocurrency integrated into the platform that allows not only people a governance model with the cryptocurrency where people can protect their freedom of speech, but it also allows the distribution of the cryptocurrency through an algorithm that allows the users who sign on to the platform to be able to receive a monthly dividend or basic income through their participation. Now, what's happened there, right, with a platform like this is that you've solved two of the world's biggest issues using cryptocurrency and social media. One of the easiest ways to solve that issue. And what you've done is you've solved the censorship problem, which is probably a lot to do with why Elon wants to buy Twitter, and you saw the automation issue. And whereas Elon Musk stated, in an age of abundance, as he said, the automation would also cause the price of goods and services to come down tremendously. It would be cheap, a lot, great deal cheaper, so much cheaper, in fact, it would make the worker obsolete, of course. But in the price coming down, it would create so many more opportunities to get it into the hands of citizens of the world. And through a currency would be the quickest, most efficient way to economic prosperity. But the problem, of course, is that Twitter isn't set up to do this. Now, it might be that Elon Musk could incorporate something like Dogecoin into it. And that would be interesting, right? He could accept Dogecoin and so on and so forth. But Dogecoin is not set up to be distributed through a basic income means unless somehow Elon was going to incorporate that. Now, the problem with that is there are certain rules and laws that go into public traded businesses and companies, and one is in which you have to make your shareholders profits, right? This would not be a problem for a platform like Bitcoin MYK, whereas the same thing way through cryptocurrency could be quite valuable. And so, and Elon understanding that, I would move to the idea that Elon Musk should buy something like Bitcoin MYK, which wouldn't have that problem, which through an algorithm fairly in a decentralized manner distributes the cryptocurrency and gives it to the users of the platform. Um, if you look at something like the value of Facebook and Twitter, what they could be with a cryptocurrency, these could be global heavyweights in currency, period, right? As to say, Facebook had it developed a currency with over 2 billion users, it would be the biggest currency used in the world, right? And that's the same thing that can happen with Bitcoin MYK. And attacking a global issue where you're looking at numbers of like 49% of the global population being displaced by automation, what you have with something like this is you could have one of the biggest currencies in the world, right? With the means to distribute this currency throughout uh, the world, right? Creating economic prosperity. And for some reason, I feel like uh, not only just like Elon Musk, but Jack Dorsey, he's donating millions to universal basic income. And I think this is going to become the next step in evolution where not because we want to and trying to preserve some idea of capitalism, but I think it's going to be more so because we don't have any other choice, as Elon Musk brought out, that we're going to have to do this for. So I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but for those of you all who think it's a bad idea or don't think it's going to work or don't want it to work, it doesn't matter. This is inevitable, and it is more likely than not. And so I think we should come to terms with that. But in knowing all of that, why not solve the censorship problem and the automation problem uh, at the same time? And I think a practical thinker, a very smart, intelligent person like Elon Musk would see something like that way. Now, obviously, getting people on a social network is part of the issue. But given a fair amount of marketing through a project like Bitcoin MYK, which we've kind of left up to the community, Bitcoin MYK, it's a system. It's not a for-profit business in that sense. It's a currency that could be used in decentralized finance, DeFi projects, that could become stable by the network itself. And there could exist many opportunities in just a stable currency, but an understanding um, that that opportunity can exist through the stability of a currency. You can see the potential value in a project like Bitcoin MYK and the value in a system of money and currency, right? Not a speculative device, not the hot DeFi project of the month with unsustainable returns that will likely go down before it goes up. Something that really solves human problems, human needs, and helps humanity to evolve to its next level, and not just financial evolution, but overall social evolution, socioeconomics, uh, as it were, throughout the globe. Something to think about, something to ponder, something that I think you all really should take a moment to think about, especially those of you in cryptocurrency and wondering what the future is going to look like. I think it's going to look like this. But that's all I got to say in this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe. Till next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.